Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Ant-Man issue 5. And before I start talking about Ant-Man, just want to give you guys a couple updates. Of course, I have Comic Uno episode 96, and that's show where I review all the comics I read this week in one show. And here are those exclusive comics. We got Grim Fairy Tales issue 110, Star Wars Kanan, The Last Padawan issue 2, Convergence Nightwing and Oracle issue 2, Convergence to Titans issue 2, Convergence to Speed Force issue 2, We Can Never Go Home issue 2, Convergence Harley Quinn issue 2, which I also have an in-depth review on Comic Frontline 4, Spider-Woman issue 7, The Flash season 0 issue 8, Jupiter's Circle issue 2, Hulk issue 16, and Wolf Moon issue 6. So if you want to go check out all those reviews, go to Comic Uno episode 96, which is annotated. But let's talk about Ant-Man issue 5. So cover looks really cool here. We get to see Ant-Man going in blood, and it just looks cool. Really cool artwork, and I love painting style covers. I always say that, and we get a really cool painted style cover here. But let's see what's going on with the story. I want to say I was super excited to read this arc. I'm always super excited to read Ant-Man. It's become one of my favorite series very quickly because of the father-daughter relationship between Scott and Cassie, and I've been a big Cassie Lang fan since Young Avengers and been following her journey for a while, so I was super excited to find out she was in this series and to see how they would progress her character here. So this is the last story arc until Secret Wars. I know there's a couple more issues that come out. I think there's an annual and also Last Days Ant-Man issues. So we do have like 2 more issues, and who knows what happens after Secret Wars. But let's see what's going on with the issue. So here we get to see that Cassie's is dying in a way. She does get a heart transplant, and half the issue is Ant-Man Scott fighting Darren Cross and asking for backup, and his minions are like, nah, we're good, we don't want to work too hard, so they leave, and I not really betray Scott, but just kind of betray Scott in this issue, but Scott's able to defeat Darren Cross for the time being, because Darren Cross does get Cassie's powers because of her heart. And then the next half is Scott trying to save his daughter within her blood, and that's why we have that cover in the front. And he is able to save Cassie in the end. We don't know if she has her powers or not. We really just don't know anything because she's pretty much unconscious throughout the whole issue. And Peggy's actually happy with Scott because Scott saved her, and the doctor didn't tell the total truth of why she was kidnapped. But it seems like they could be a happy family. But Scott's like, well, I don't really want to hurt Cassie as much as I have. I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave Miami. And that's the issue. I was actually really disappointed with this issue. As I said before, I really love Ant-Man. I think this is a great series. Love Nick Spencer's writing. You know, one of my favorite series is Morning Glories, and I like his Superior Foes and everything he's done in the past. But this arc I thought ended really poorly, just because this is the last issue for a while. We don't know how long we're going to get Ant-Man. We really don't know what's happening after Secret Wars. And what I loved about the first issue, and I have to say the first issue is probably one of my favorite issues of the year so far. It just was so well done. But what I loved about it was about Cassie and Scott. And yes, I understand this book is called Ant-Man. It should only be about Scott. But every book has a great supporting cast, and I thought that's why Ant-Man was so special. It had an awesome, interesting supporting cast with the ex-wife, ex-wife's husband, who shows up every once in a while, some of these ex-villains, and of course Cassie. You know, again, that was special, was that father-daughter relationship, and how Scott gave up everything, a great job just to be with her, and how he's changing his life, and that always was the constant, even when he was breaking into things and he wasn't even a superhero. The constant was that he always loved his daughter. So to have this ending where he just like gives up in the end, he's like, oh, well, I guess I have to leave now, I thought was so out of Scott's character. I understand it's Scott protecting Cassie, but fully disappointed in that. And also, as a Cassie Lang fan, let's just go for Cassie Lang fan here, I am fully disappointed with this. Because I had a lot of fun with Cassie being the fun little, fun daughter, them referencing here and there that she died, but I also know that Nick Spencer wants to make this new reader friendly. I understand that, but I think as long as you wait to not talk about, you don't have to say she was on Young Avengers. That's fine. You don't have to talk about that. But she did have powers, and you reference that in this book. You get the other guy, I think is more confusing for new readers, like, how does Darren Cross have powers if Cassie didn't? Cassie had powers, and it was never referenced in this book that she did, and I feel like they kind of demoted her in this issue, because how about she doesn't have her powers anymore? The reason she was a hero was the connection to her father, and I don't think she would want her father to run away, because finally, in this series, it took so long to get Scott and Cassie together in one place. When Cassie was Stature, Scott was dead. When Scott returns, Cassie was dead. This was the book that they were finally together. They were both heroes, and they couldn't relate to that. It was only about Scott. And I think that was what fully disappointed me with this arc, because I felt like in this arc they could have done so much more with Cassie. She just played a damsel throughout the end of this issue, and that wasn't the character she was, and I don't think she is the character she is. And the way it ends, I just felt like it chopped out all that development this arc did for Scott. Moving to Miami just for his daughter, being, trying to be a businessman, trying to get his life straight. It just murders all of that. So even though the art was good, there was some good dialogue here, I didn't love the issue, and I was disappointed with this. And I hope we could get to see some things fixed in the next issue with Annual. I think it's only about Hank Pym though, but maybe the issue after that. We need to fix Cassie especially. I just hope they can reference that she still does have her powers. There's just so much story that could have been told there. Still can be told, and I think they just missed an opportunity. So let's hope in the future we could get that story, but we'll see. I was a little disappointed with this one though. But overall, I give Ant-Man 3 stars. It was an okay issue. Story-wise, I was disappointed, but there is some good dialogue. There is some, some really great artwork too. And I'm hoping this can be corrected in the future. So Ant-Man issue 5, issue 5 gets 3 stars. And I would say pick it up, just this, fill out the whole story arc, but you might be a bit disappointed with this issue. But I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, in the description below, there's links for my comic book, like Father Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later.